Hey you guys, welcome to this Vinyasa Flow Class where we will be moving through some hip mobility, some hip openers, and some hip strengtheners. Thanks for being here, and if you have two blocks, go ahead and grab those. If you have a strap, grab that as well. I could not find mine, so I won't be using one, but if you have one, then you can use that. We're gonna start on our back and have your strap where you can reach it. So go ahead and come on down. And we'll just take a moment here to begin to center so you can come into Shavasana and just feel out the space around you. Allowing for your breath to deepen, letting it move through your body, as well as filling up the lungs and the diaphragm. And just feel that expansion into the back of the body as well. And we'll take 5 more full breaths here as you begin the process of arriving. And let's take a cleansing breath on this next one. So inhale to fill up, sip in, hold at the top of your breath for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Open to exhale, send it out. From here, we're just going to reach arms up and overhead. Find a big stretch from fingertips to toes. Maybe add some rotation into your wrists and into your ankles. And then we're going to draw both knees in toward the chest. Give yourself a squeeze here. Maybe a happy baby if it's calling you. Add a little rock from side to side. And then we'll hug knees to chest. We're going to lower the left foot to the earth. If you have your strap right here, you can bring it below the toes to the ball mound. And then we'll start to extend the leg toward the sky. And then catching the strap here. If you don't have a strap, you can just catch onto the hamstring and just begin to feel this stretch through the back of the leg, calf muscle, hamstring, maybe even into the ankle. Taking a couple of breaths. If you want to add a little sway from side to side, you can add in a little sway. And then this left leg, the knee can stay bent, or you can also extend the heel toward the top of your mat. I'm just taking a few breaths in this shape to warm up the legs for what we are going to move toward. And then we'll start to take the leg out and over to the right. If you have your strap, you can wrap it around the hand. You can also just use your hand here to hold your calf muscle, the knife edge of your foot. Feel the stability through the left side of your body as the right leg moves out. So grounding down into the left heel. Feel the strength through your core. And just one more breath here. And then we'll bring the leg back up to center. We're going to take our right thumb into the hip crease and press your hip forward toward the front of your mat. And once the hip is pressing forward, taking your right leg over to the left until you're feeling the stretch into your IT band. You may not have to go very far for this. So now breathing into your outer hip here. Make sure the breath is flowing, especially when you get into a shape where it's pretty intense for you. This is for me. Sometimes we forget to breathe, so make sure your breath is still moving. And then we'll take the leg back up to center. Let's hug the right knee in toward the chest. And then we'll lower the right foot down and let's hug the left knee in. So left knee comes in, strap can come below the toes onto the left ball mound, and we'll extend the heel to the sky. And just pause to feel out this stretch here. And then again, you can add a little sway if that feels nice from side to side. And then we're going to take the leg out and over toward the left. You can keep this right knee bent, or you can extend the right leg straight. Counterbalance by bringing your right arm out and over toward the right as well. And then we'll come back up through center. You'll take the strap into your right hand. If you have your strap, your thumb is going to come into the hip crease right here on the left side. And then we'll begin to take the leg over toward your right. Feeling the sensation into your outer hip once again on this side. And we'll bring it back up to center. Let's hug left knee into the chest, followed by the right. Give yourself one more big squeeze. And then we'll begin to rock and roll our way into a standing forward fold. So you can catch underneath the knees and you can press your way there. You can also take a few rolls if you'd like to feel out this massage through the back of the spine. And then coming into your forward fold here at the top of your mat. And then just drop the weight of your head as you come into Uttanasana. You can bend the knees if you need that added space for your low back and your hamstrings. Maybe you catch the elbows here. And we'll add in a few breaths, just giving it a little sway from side to side. Waking up the body. One more full breath in. Full breath out. And on your next inhale, we're going to reach to lift, bringing arms overhead. And then we'll join the palms together at the heart, coming into your Tadasana here. Let the arms come along the sides of the body, feeling the four corners of your feet grounding to the earth, maybe lifting all 10 toes up and away from your mat for just a moment, and then settling them back down and in. And we're going to move through Surya Namaskar A. Through this first one, we'll take a little bit of a variation. Inhale, reach arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold your way down and in. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can stay here. You can also bring hands to the shins. And then we'll plant the palms. Take your feet back, coming into your plank pose. Pausing in your plank on this first one. Pull tips of the shoulder blades down the back. Internal rotation of your thighs here. One more breath. And then lowering all the way to your belly as you come down. Tops of the feet will land. And on an inhale, we're going to lift into Cobra pose. Keep a little bit of a bend into the elbows as you lift up. Exhale your way back down. Inhale, lift to Cobra. Exhale your way back down. This time as you come up, we're going to just come into a modified up dog. So grounding into the palms, the thighs will stay grounded as you lift your way up. And then once you're lifted here, we're going to begin to roll toward the outer right hip and then come back around. And now we'll roll to the outer left hip. Take your way back around. Back over to the right. You can step the left foot over further. Come back to center. Take it over. This time, as left foot steps over the right, we're going to lift. Plug your left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Begin to fold your way down and in. Janu Shirshasana. Breathing into the back body. Give it just one more full breath here. And then on an inhale, we'll lift up through the crown of the head. We're going to come back around into your modified up dog. And now we will step the right foot over the left. Plug right foot to the inside of your left thigh, folding forward. And we're pausing for a few breaths here. Give it one more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And we'll lift up through the crown of the head. We're rolling back over into your modified up dog. And now we will bring the hips to the heels, landing into child's pose. Take one deep breath. Exhale it out. We'll shift forward as you ground into the palms, tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Few breaths in this first down dog. Building some heat here. Take one more, breathe in, breathe out. Let's bend the knees, gaze forward to the top of your mat, walk, step, or float your way there. Halfway lifts, exhale, fold your way back down and in. On an inhale, let's reach arms overhead. Join palms together at your heart. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, fold your way down and in. Halfway lift. Plant the palms, the feet will go back. You are in plank pose. Lower into low push-up or all the way to your belly this time. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale into your down dog. Take a deep breath in your down dog. Stay for the exhale. And now we'll bend the knees, gaze forward. You can walk, step, or float your way to the top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold your way down and in. Inhale, lift to stand, sweep arms to the sky. Join palms together at your heart. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant your palms, feet go back, plank pose. Inhaling in your plank, exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale to your down dog. Taking in a full breath. Stay for your exhale. Knees bend, gaze forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift to stand, sweep arms overhead. Join palms together at your heart. We've got two more sun salutations here. Reach arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Plant the palms, plank pose. Find your way through to your down dog from here. Taking a breath in your down dog, deep breath in, deep breath out. Knees bend, gaze forward, top of your mat. Halfway. Exhale to fold. Inhale, lift to stand, sweep arms overhead. Join palms together at your heart. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, fold. Halfway lift. Plant the palms, plank pose, and through to your down dog. Deep breath in down dog. From here, we're going to reach the right heel to the sky. Then you can open the hip if you want to add some rotation into the hip socket here for these first couple of breaths. Go ahead and add it in. Anything else that feels nice. And then we will square off the hip here. And as you square off the hip, all 5 toes are pointing to the earth. Your outer left hip is pulling to your inner right thigh. So you're feeling the stretch into your outer hip. Sometimes it is, it's hard not to spin those toes down because you want to lift your heel higher. But for the time being, spin it down so you can feel the stretch into the outer hip. Take another breath here. And we'll bring right foot through between the hands. As the right foot steps through, drop your left knee to the earth. Ground into your left palm. Open your chest toward the right, cactus your right arm. Take a full breath here. And now we're going to straighten both legs. As both legs straighten, this right hand is going to reach toward your left knee. And then on an inhale, we'll let the left knee drop, open the chest back up. Exhale, fingertips towards your knee. Inhale, open. Moving just like this through the next few breaths. Exhale. Inhale, keep going. The next time that your knee lands and your chest opens, hold it here and breathe. Maybe you extend the right fingertips back a little bit further. Maybe you wrap it around, breathing into the front of the right shoulder. One more breath. And we'll bring the right hand around to the outside of the right foot. Pick up your left knee, step your left foot up to meet your right. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. And then on an inhale, we're going to find our blocks here. And you may or may not need them, but you can start with them. Grounding down into the right foot. Take your left foot behind. It might come all the way off of your mat. Feeling this stretch into your outer hip, into your IT band. Pause here to breathe. You can take the blocks down further. You can also ground the palms to the earth. So just feel it out. If you need the blocks, use them. You got one more breath here. From here, we're going to spin to the left long edge of the mat. Bring your blocks with you. And when you spin, all 10 toes are going to face to this long edge. You will take the left leg and add rotation into your left hip socket. We're going to bring it to center and now take the knee out toward the side, or perhaps you extend and straighten the leg here. Engage your outer right hip, engage your core. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step left foot all the way to the back of your mat, coming into Skandasana here. So once you land into Skandasana, let your left hand land, right arm reaches, open your chest, breathe into the front of the heart. From here, right hand lands to meet your left. You'll drag your right foot in and coming into your yogi squat. We'll start to lift, bring your hands together at your heart. You can stay just like this. Maybe you lift the hips up and away from the heels, feeling out the strength of the legs. Breath is strong. You've got one more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let the hips settle back down and in toward the heels. We're going to take a twist over toward the left. So take your right elbow across toward your left thigh. And then you can stay, or maybe you add in a side crow, grounding the palms to the earth, picking up the hips. Maybe you separate the legs, coming into Ekapada Kundanyasana. And then we'll lower if we're lifted. Square the chest, forward fold. Halfway lift. From here, hands can come back to the blocks if you need it. Pick up your right leg, add rotation into your right hip socket. Both directions. And then we'll start to extend the leg out and over to the side. Maybe you straighten the leg, maybe the knee stays bent. Engage your outer left hip. Engage the core. Take another breath here. And now we will step the right foot all the way back toward the top of the mat, coming into Skandasana on this side. This time we're taking our gaze toward the left foot. We'll come right into Warrior Two. Settling into your shape here, feeling out the posture. As you come into your next inhale, we're going to begin to straighten the left leg. As the left leg straightens, spin the toes in. Let your right arm slide down the right leg as your left arm reaches overhead. And then we'll come right back into Warrior Two. Spin left toes forward, sink it in. Straighten the left leg, lateral stretch. Warrior Two. Moving between these two postures for the next couple of breaths. Right here as the leg straightens and you're in your lateral stretch, hold it. And now come up, reach your left fingertips forward out in front of you, your right arm back behind. Keep your hip points squared toward the long edge of your mat as you're twisting. Feel this stretch through the chest. Pull tips of the shoulder blades in. Take one more breath. And now let your left hand land. Keep reaching right fingertips. Maybe right arm comes behind your back. One more breath. Back into Skandasana, over toward the right. Gazing towards your left foot, coming into your runner's lunge. Plant your palms, take your left foot back, plank pose. Lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale into your down dog. Deep breath, fill it up. Exhale to let it go. From here, kick left heel to the sky. And then you can open the hip, drop the heel, add some rotation, feel it out. And then we will square off the hips, square off the toes, pulling your outer right hip to your inner left thigh. And we'll bring left foot through between the hands, tap your right knee to the earth. As the right knee taps, cactus your left arm, open the chest. And then from here, we're going to start to straighten the legs. As the legs straighten, reach left fingertips towards your right knee. Inhale, open. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going just like this. The next time that your knee lands and the arm lifts, let's hold it. Maybe you extend the left fingertips back a little more. Maybe you wrap it around your back. And then we'll lower the left hand to the outside of the left foot. Tuck right toes. Step your right foot up to meet your left. You can grab your blocks if you're going to need them here. Halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, fold your way down and in. Halfway lift. This time the left foot will stay grounded as you step your right foot out and over toward the left, breathing into the outer hips. One more breath. From here, we're going to twist toward the long edge of the mat. So take the blocks with you. All 10 toes to face this long edge. And now the right leg's going to come out to the side. This time, holding the right leg out. Pause here. We'll add in a pulse. Add in a pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step a right foot toward the back of the mat, coming into your Skandasana. Ground the right palm, open through the chest here. Left hand will come around to meet your right, dragging your left foot in to meet your right. Bring hands together at the heart. You can also keep the hands to the blocks if you want to have a little bit of added support here. Hands can come together at the heart. Maybe you lift your hips up and away from the heels, feeling out the strength of your legs. And then we'll add a twist over to the right. So taking the left elbow across the right thigh. You can stay here with a twist. Maybe you come into your side crow. Take another breath. And then we'll land from here, coming into your forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen it up and out. Grounding into the right foot, take the left leg out to the side, knee bent or leg straight. Let's add in a pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step your left foot back toward the back of the mat, coming into your Skandasana. And now we're gazing forward to the right foot, coming toward Warrior Two from here. Settle in, feel out the shape of this pose. And on your next inhale, the right leg will straighten, spin the right toes in. Let the left hand slide down the leg, back into your Warrior Two. Straighten, Warrior Two. Keep going. This time as the right leg straightens, toes spinning in. Hold your lateral stretch. Breathe into the side body. Right fingertips forward, left arm back. Keep your hip points squared toward this long edge as you're reaching left fingertips back, right fingertips forward. And now right hand will land, so lower right hand to the earth. Keep reaching through the left fingertips. Let's lower the left hand to meet the right. Skandasana over to your left. Walk back around toward the top of the mat. Plant your palms. Right foot meets your left. Find your way through to your down dog. Take a deep breath here. Exhale to let it go. One more. We're going to move through that same sequence just a little bit faster with one little change up. So let's kick the right heel to the sky. Keep toes squared toward the mat. Bring your right foot through between the hands. Left knee lands, open the chest. Exhale, right fingertips reach toward your left knee for 3, 2, and 1. Lower right hand to the outside of the right foot. Step your left foot up to meet your right. Find your blocks if you need them. Halfway lift here. So hands to the blocks or to the earth. Left foot steps behind the right. From here, you're going to keep your right hand grounded. Take your left arm toward the sky. One more breath. And now left hand lands, spinning to the long edge of your mat. Take your left leg out to the side, knee bent or legs straight. You can keep left hand grounded. Maybe right here you try to float the right arm out to the side. Maybe you try to lift your left hand, bring left hand towards your heart. One more breath. And now as you exhale, left foot steps all the way to the back of the mat, coming into your Skandasana. Draw the right knee in, coming into your yogi squat. Lift the hips up and away from the heels. Take a full breath. Exhale, twisting over towards your left. Stay or come into your arm balance. Come back into your forward fold. Halfway lift. Let's kick the right leg out and over toward the right. Feeling out this shape once again. Holding here. Maybe you start to float the left arm up and out. Maybe your right hand comes up towards your heart. Engage the core. Engage your outer left hip. And now we'll step a right foot all the way toward Skandasana. Walk hands around, surrounding your left foot. Find your way to your down dog, however you'd like to get there. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Left heel kicks to the sky. Keep it squared. Let's step a left foot through between the hands. Drop your right knee to the earth. Open the chest. As you exhale, left fingertips reach towards your right knee. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right here. Left hand lands to the outside of the left foot. Step your right foot up. Halfway lift. Left foot stays where it's at as you step your right foot behind. Pausing and breathing. And then you can stay or ground through the left hand, reach your right fingertips high. We'll lower the right hand down. Let's spin around toward the long edge of the mat. Find your blocks if you need them. And we'll take the right leg out and over toward the right. One more time, you can pause here. Maybe left arm floats out to the side. Maybe you reach your right arm towards your heart. Take one more breath. Step a right foot toward the back of the mat. Drag left knee in. Maybe hips come up and away from the heels. Let them land, twisting over towards your right. Stay. Maybe you come into your arm balance. Coming back towards center, forward fold. Halfway lift. Grounding into the right foot, left leg comes out. Left hand can stay. Maybe you float your right arm out, coming into your awkward airplane. Maybe you lift your left hand towards your heart. Step a left foot toward the back of the mat, Skandasana. Let's walk the hands around, coming into runner's lunge, step to plank pose. Find your way through to your down dog. Deep breath in your down dog. Exhale to let it go. From here, knees bend, gaze forward. We're going to take the feet through, come all the way to your back. We'll add in some core work right here. So we're going to lift the heels toward the sky. And then the arms are going to come along the sides of the torso here to support you. And we'll start to lower the heels to the earth. And we'll take the legs out to the sides and then back up towards the top. You can put a little bit of a bend into the knees here if you need it. So lower, take the legs out and around. And we're going to move just like this. Core is engaged. Lower, out, and back up. Inhale, exhale. Keep going. If you hear that popping noise, that's just my hip. 5, 4, 3, it doesn't hurt. 2, and 1. Bring them back toward the top here. We're going to switch directions. So now take the legs out to the sides. Bring them around to meet at the bottom of your mat. Exhale them back up. Inhale. Exhale. Keep going. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug knees to chest. Take a full breath here. Stay for the exhale. One more. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. We'll catch underneath the knees. We're going to rock and roll our way to down dog. So however you'd like to get there, you can add in a little vinyasa if you'd like, or you can just make your way straight to your down dog. Full breath in, full breath out. From here, we're going to bring the right knee forward to the wrist. And we're going to land into our pigeon pose. We're going to start to slow it down a bit, just moving into some hip mobility and some hip stretches. So finding your way into your pigeon pose. Breathing into the outer right hip. And taking about 3 more full breaths here. From here, we're going to start to ground into the palms. We'll lift our way up, and now you're going to roll to your outer right hip. As you roll to your outer right hip, we'll move toward the side body. And so now you are going to lower to your outer, I'm going to flip around so you can see. So you'll lower to your side body, and now your right knee is going to come up. And then once the right knee is up, we're going to move into some mobility of the hip. So the knee will stay grounded, and you're going to pick your foot up and then lower it back down. Pick the foot up and lower. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to start to roll to the back. Bend your left knee. Take your right ankle on top of your left thigh. So now you're in your reclined pigeon. You can pick up the left foot, hugging the legs in closer toward the body. And then just another breath here, full breath in, full breath out. And we'll lower the left foot to the earth. You can keep the same exact shape with the legs, just stamp the right foot over to the left. If this feels weird at all for your knees, sometimes it can do that. You can there's one of 2 options. You can either just come into your resting twist and stack right knee on top of the left, or you can find your block and lower your foot to the block rather than all the way to the earth. That will take some pressure off of the knee. So feel out what it is that you need on this side. Give it another breath here. And then we'll hug the right knee into the chest, followed by the left. We're going to catch underneath the knees. We'll make our way back to down dog. And then once you're in down dog, we're going to draw the left knee forward, coming into your pigeon pose. Take your time as you settle into this shape. Releasing all of the hip strengthening that we did. Two more full breaths here. And we're going to press into the palms. Lifting up just enough to roll to your outer left hip, and you're going to come over to the side body. Just drag the left leg out in front of you and come all the way down. And then once you've lowered to your side, keep your left knee grounded, picking up the foot and lowering it back down. A few more. And then we'll lower the foot, come all the way to the back. So just roll over. As you roll over, take left ankle to the top of your right thigh, coming into your reclined pigeon. And then just continuing to breathe into your outer left hip. And we'll lower right foot to the earth. Let's stamp the left foot over to the right. You can lift your foot up to the block if you need to, or again, just stack left knee on top of the right. Taking another full breath here. And we'll come back to center. Let's hug left knee to the chest. Hug right knee to the chest. Give yourself a big hug. Maybe even drawing your forehead up and in towards your knees for a moment. And then we'll lower the feet down. Any last little movement that you might need here to complete your practice before making your way into your Shavasana. You can extend the legs out long when you're ready and allowing yourself to surrender into the earth. Soften body, soften mind, and release.